It's Coach AK with 365 days of AK, and it is day 95. I'm going to take a quick little step away from the personal development series, and I'm going to ask you a simple question. That's actually not that simple, actually, but I asked this question to some individuals yesterday, and that is, what would you give up for the possibility to have everything you've ever wanted? And that can also include the stuff you originally gave up. So once again, so what would you give up for the possibility to have everything you've ever wanted? And that could also include the stuff you originally gave up. So I ask this question a lot, and I think about this a lot because some people don't really understand exactly what I gave up to start doing these episodes or start making this choice to see the impact someone can make on the world. And hopefully when you hear me talk about making an impact on the world, ideally I'm trying to show you that you don't have to be a celebrity, you don't have to be a millionaire to give back in your community, on the world, at any point. But as I go back a little bit, is what I gave up is a lot. I gave up a lot, and I gave up a job that was I believe a lucrative position, meaning I had free housing, free food, an amazing salary. I have to admit that me making the decision has also kind of caused a strain on the family, at some point a strain on my health. But I think when a lot of us talk about entrepreneurship or wherever we want to make an impact on our lives, we talk about risk. And yes, I risked a lot to be at this point right now. And most people, when thinking about risk, they think about what they lose. Like, if I risk this, imagine what I lose. But what we should really be thinking about is, by taking this risk, what is it that we can possibly gain? Like, if I do this, this is the life that I can have. This is the relationships that I can have by making this choice. So I'm going to make an example of why I think this is so powerful. If I shared everything about my situation or my life or the decision that I'm at right now, some people would discredit, like, I can't do it. Like, what you're going through, I wouldn't do it. It's too much. You're risking too much. I can't do it. And I choose to share certain elements and I choose to share others because I know if I shared everything, people would be like, can't, too tough, the decision you've made. But there's an example, and there's celebrities that we look up to. We have guys like Jim Carrey, who was homeless for years. We have Halle Berry, we have Susie Orman, Dr. Phil. We have Steve Harvey, who was homeless for 3 years, living out of his car. And if he was telling you about living your life and take risks when he was homeless, nobody's going to believe in him. Nobody's going to say, no, I'm not willing to do that. But we listen to them when they get to a certain point. Because they didn't do it because of the risk of living in the car. Instead, he did the risk for what we praise him for now, what we look up to him for right now. But we don't understand the struggle that it took for him to get there. And we look at it almost like an overnight success. Instead of seeing the reason why he's successful now is because of the experience that he went through of that growth process for him to be there today. Or for the sacrifices that people make on a daily basis in terms of being a professional athlete, of the foods that they're not going to eat, the going out or just deciding not to go out when everybody else is deciding to party, and the sacrifices that they make every single day. I admit, to make an impact or do whatever you need to do is not easy. There's going to be stress that goes along with the decisions that you make. So the beginning question comes is like, what would you be willing to give up or risk to have everything you've ever wanted? I want you to think about that. Because I had to think about that. I think about every single day and the choices that I make. And I'm not going to say it's easy. I'm going to say sometimes I go through a low point, but ideally it's because of that final place that we're all trying to get to. So that's it. A lot of reflection, but think about it.